That, honestly, apart from one thing, I do think that the those inclined hammer strength press sets, I think maybe I could have maybe I could have not done so much weight on those, purely due to the fact that uh, I just get so much front delt work. I mean, it's nuts, but still feels crazy. So I do like it, but it kind of comes at a cost. That's another, maybe not another, but that's probably one of the reasons why I don't do any direct front delt work. My front delts, my shoulders just in general, but my front delts on their own, they are overpowering. Overpowered, they're OP. They don't need to be as large as they are. So that's pretty much as good of a way as I can say it. So that's pretty much why I never do shoulder press. I used to do shoulder press on the regular. Every chest day was well, actually, I don't remember what my split was when I was doing shoulders on a consistent basis, but I was doing them. I was doing like, I was much smaller at the time, but I was doing hundreds for, at least 10 reps, seated dumbbell shoulder press to, I don't remember how many plates, but I loved behind the neck Smith machine overhead press. That was one that just really got to me. I really enjoyed I don't know, I guess everything about it, squeeze, the stretch, whatever. I just liked it. But, you know, being a responsible lifter and kind of being able to see, like, oh shit, my front delts are making my fucking bicep peak look smaller. They don't need to be as big as they are. That's my cue to say, no more front delts, man. I'll still throw in side and rear because even though they are developed reasonably well relative to my frame, eh, big ass rear delts just make you look cool. I didn't mean for this to turn into a shoulder rant post workout, but I guess it's too late to turn back now. You know, what is going to make your shoulders pop? And this is not I'm not asking this rhetorically. You tell me what's going to make your shoulders really, I don't know, just be able to have a serious amount of pronounced roundness to them, and a little bit of a secret to it, a little bit of a tip. It's not the front delts. It's going to be the rear delts. When you stand from the side, or when you're doing like a side chest, like I was doing earlier, having really big rear delts makes the back of your shoulder nice and round, like you've actually got a fucking shoulder pad on. You know. So if your rear delts are really slacking, then you're kind of just going to have a slanted look. And even if you have really good posture, I have absolute dog posture on my shoulders at least. I've got a real bad hunch. But even if you have really good posture, if you have really small rear delts, you're not gonna kind of stand out with big broad shoulders, because the back of your shoulders aren't gonna be pronounced. It's just gonna kind of smooth over, So not the best situation. Luckily, I was able to get that ingrained into my head. So even when I was a beginner, I'm talking like 6-ish or 3 months in, I was doing a lot of bent over dumbbell lateral raises. So those would be, rear delt targeted. But apart from the fact that you need to hit all of them with a reasonable amount of volume, assuming they do need to be worked and they have to be brought up for your specific build, don't get bored. Don't get bored of sitting there and doing upwards of fucking 8 or 10 sets of lateral raises in a row, because that's all you can do. So just because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again does not mean that you're not actually progressing towards a freaky ass shoulder pump. And one more little bit of shoulder info before I talk about some other shit. Uh, I don't want to catch you doing 50-pound lateral raises if to do them with any reasonable amount of, let's call it, range of motion, you have to fucking go absolutely crazy nuts. That sounds a little funky coming from me because, I like those sets of hammer strength press where I'm like just fucking bouncing the bottom of the partial rep. But I don't really think shoulders respond to that kind of shit. Like for shoulders, that's where I lean towards lower weight, higher rep squeezing sets. And, by doing that, crazy pump, insane burn to the point where even just like standing in a neutral position, my shoulders are just on fire. Clearly, it's done a little bit of something for me, but that's not really that's not proof that that method works. That's just proof that it works for me. So make sure to take all this random fitness mumbo jumbo with a grain of salt and balance it out with shit that you've actually found out for yourself, like what you like and what you don't like. But getting back to chest, solid pump. Lighting was a little subpar. I learned afterwards, talking to some regulars, that that was not the best lighting spot in the gym. So maybe tomorrow for back, I'll find the cooler spot, and it should be 747 wide. I would not mind that at all. So that's the plan for tomorrow. I'm going to be back in there for cardio too, but there's nothing really to record there. Honestly, every time I post a cardio video, all the comments are like, why are you showing us this? Because, you know what, guys? I'm not oblivious. I'm not oblivious. I can learn, right? I know when I'm not wanted. I know when you don't want to see me tell you to do your cardio. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop preaching it, but, oof. Yeah, you get what I'm saying there. Guaranteed you're not doing it. And I can guarantee with a pretty high degree of certainty that you're missing out. So it's not even really an argument. I'm just kind of like, I don't feel like I'm arguing the value of cardio. I just feel like I'm showing off the tangible benefits, or at least I'm trying to show off the tangible benefits, which you get from it, which for whatever reason, not you. I know you do your cardio consistently on the daily, 30 minutes, nice sweat, moderate intensity, nothing crazy. I know that's you, but everybody else, they've been slacking. And I mean, come on, man. It's something where you should do it too, right? As a kid, you should do your homework. You should probably eat your vegetables and drink, finish your plate so you can grow up big and strong. But for whatever reason, something about adolescence, or I guess, yeah, probably adolescence, you start to think, who cares? Screw that. I don't want to do any freaking cardio. Ugh. So that's enough of my little cardio rant. That's enough of my little cardio speech. But I don't really have anything else. I got to pick up some groceries. Steaks. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to get. A variety of treats I can guarantee. But the likes of which will carb me up and give me a fantastic back day tomorrow. That gym has some really cool back machines too. I'm really excited to use some of those hammer strength plate loaded ones, plus an actual chest supported T-bar row. Oh my goodness, it has been too long since I've used one of those. So that's all I got, man. I'll catch you next time.